for lunch at the White House.
From the beginning, our message has been very simple. We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs. They've never done this before. Nobody has. You always vote for an extension.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer.
To celebrate staying strong and being unified, staying strong against helping Americans who desperately need a fix to the health care crisis.
And plans for another Trump-Putin summit on hold. This is AP News. Seth Sutel has the AP Markets Report.
Stocks closed higher on Wall Street, sending the Dow Jones Industrial Average to another record. The Dow rose 218 points. That's about 0.5%. The Dow beat the all-time high it set early this month. The S&P 500 index was essentially flat. The S&P is sitting just a bit below the record it set in early October. Strong earnings reports from 3M, Coca-Cola, and other big companies helped drive the gains. Some big tech companies pulled back. That sent the Nasdaq Composite down about 0.2%. The price of gold took a break from its huge run this year. Gold fell about 5 7/10% from its latest record. Seth Sutel, New York.
And Warner Brothers Discovery, home of HBO, CNN, and DC Studios, says it may be open to selling all or parts of its business after receiving unsolicited interest from multiple parties for both the entire company and Warner Brothers specifically. Its shares jumped 11%. There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is 8:20 a.m. WCPT Willow Springs and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now your WCPT 820 weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Scattered showers continue tonight with a low temperature of 42 degrees and winds out of the west gusting up to 40 miles an hour at times. On Wednesday, we'll see cloudy skies with a high temperature of 52 degrees and those northwest winds continuing to gust up to 35 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny, high of 54. Friday, sunshine and a high of 55. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday with highs in the upper 50s. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 48.
Fall is here and colder nights are on the way. Is your home ready to stay warm and energy efficient? Green Attic is Chicagoland's trusted expert in attic insulation, spray foam, crawl space encapsulation, and mold remediation, solutions that seal in comfort and cut down on high heating bills. If your upstairs feels drafty or your heating system is constantly running, your attic may be to blame. Their team helps balance temperatures and reduce energy waste from the top down. They also offer full-service roofing through Green Attic Roofing, covering asphalt shingles, flat roofs, premium roofing solutions, and solar panels. Every project comes with a 10-year labor warranty and instant online estimates to help homeowners replace aging roofs before winter sets in. With over 15 years of experience and over 1,000 five-star reviews, Green Attic delivers real comfort season after season. Visit greenattic.com for a free insulation consultation or go to greenatticroofing.com for an instant roofing estimate today.
Alexa, play WCPT.
WCPT from TuneIn.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Oh, this is amazing because we are in studio with some of the most talented comedians in the country. I'm not going to say city. Whenever we see lineups, it's like up and rising star, some of the funniest people in Chicago. I've known these ladies for over a decade. Gwen LaRoka joins us in studio. She saw me pause on pronouncing her name, and I've told you before the way I remember how to pronounce your name is Boom Chaka. It's a song from Girl Scout camp. Chicka-rocka.
Yes.
And I'm like, it's like the song. And also joining us in studio is Soli Santos, who will be performing at Female is Funny at Gwen. Well, we all performed at the. Are your headphones not working? What, can you not hear anything? What's happening? What? There's a. See that knob?
It's like a loose connection.
Oh, I hate that. Here, we'll figure it out. Is that better?
Okay.
Well, we won't take any calls then. No, I'm sorry, listeners. I will take calls. Hold on one second. Hi, Gwen. How have you been, my friend?
Good. How are you?
I'm hydrating. Hold on a second. Can you not hear anything
Do I
either?
sound weird? No, I could hear you. Do I sound as weird as I
Hold
feel
on.
like
You
I
know, is it
sound?
this one?
sound
Are you on the
weird
wrong
because
mic?
that's
What's happening?
just
Let me
your
see.
voice.
Try again.
Well, that's always.
We'll get closer to the microphone.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't know what's
I don't
happening.
know. Is it me?
Come closer.
Hello.
Wow.
Are the
She
mics
said,
like switched around?
"Get a
You should be
little
fine.
closer.
Get close. I'll turn it up.
Don't be
Maybe you're speaking too softly.
shy.
Oh, you can't hear anything? Hey, everybody. Welcome to radio. This is what happens in real time when we try to make sure our microphones are working. And I come in at like 1 minute to 5 o'clock. And come. What
are you talking about?
Pull that mic,
we were
pull
right
that
on
mic
time.
closer to you. How do you feel about that? And then there's a knob. There's a knob for you.
Knobs and mics.
There's so many knobs.
in my
See that way
face.
all the way to your right? See in between there? You can turn that up as well to see how it sounds. How's that?
Well, all right.
How are you doing, Soli?
I have to hold this down.
Really? Oh, that's not good. I don't like that.
This like at the back in the day at the house used to be like hold the
just won't
antenna
move.
like this.
Yes,
tinfoil?
exactly.
Don't
No,
move.
just stand there, but next to
Just
the TV so that
stop
the screen.
blinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's
you
what
just,
I'm doing
if
right
you
now.
just pose like that, the whole. Well, could this also be a toning exercise for you? Just like switch arms,
Okay.
like some sort of like
I'm,
Pilates move.
I'm working out my fingers there.
So
okay.
hi. There's a lot happening.
Yeah.
What'd you think about this weekend's No Kings events? Did you have an opportunity to go? Did you? I mean, there and no judgment if you did not go to.
I did.
By the time I got to the Forest Park one, it was too late. I guess
It
there
was
was
too
something
late.
going on. Yeah. I called Soli. I'm like, let's go to the. Are we going to the downtown one? She's like, pretty much already out the door. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
I should have told you
all the
about.
way
I should have
by
told you
over
about Rosemont. We were in Rosemont at 5 o'clock in the evening.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, see?
I know.
I could have gone downtown and gone to the Rosemont one.
This is the thing.
Oh, well,
yeah. You went downtown?
Yeah, I
How'd you
did.
feel?
It was good. You know, there was a lot of people. I went with a friend of mine who wore one of the inflatable costumes. So she wore a puppy outfit, and
It gets a lot of attention, doesn't it?
yes, people. We were walking. Her husband and myself. We were walking to the train station, and people were waving at her like she was a celebrity.
Wow.
And she said that it was the best $30 she's ever spent in her entire life.
I'm gonna tell you. I did one where have you ever seen the ones where it's your body, but like you're riding something?
Yes.
So I was riding a peacock.
Oh, nice. We
Because
saw one of those.
Ice rides peacocks.
Oh,
It's a long way to go for that.
nice.
That's a long way to go. Everyone I told that joke to was like, no, we're not, because I want to wear like a ice, like, you know, the little vests that are too small for my body, like from Etsy, because they're all cosplaying, but no one's getting the joke. But I think it sort of the police department was out at Rosemont managing the crowds, and they were giggling at it. And one guy told me, and by the way, he had beautiful green eyes. I do like a man in uniform, and I know it's problematic for some folks, but
I mean, depends on the uniform, I guess.
I like them in uniform until then they take it off, and then it's like, oh, you're just a regular dude.
Put the uniform back on. Put the
Never
uniform
mind.
back on.
Steve will never wear like the sheriff's hat, like the big brim one with like the the aviator glasses.
He's like, I'm not cosplaying for you.
Just saying.
No Eric Estrada's over here.
Oh my God! How did you know? Actually, I like John Baker better.
Oh, okay.
His white.
I'm assuming that was the other guy, right?
Yes, I remember.
I'm like the other guy, right?
That's the other guy.
Did you know that Chris Pine? His
That's
dad.
his dad.
His
His
dad
dad
plays
was the
the
chief.
captain.
Yes.
Yeah, the captain
Yes.
of that whole in Chips.
Yep, that was
Go
his
back and
dad.
look.
I do. I knew
I feel
that.
like you didn't watch the show very closely, Gwen.
You lost me after I said Eric Estrada. After I said Eric Estrada, yes, dude.
And me, I got more engaged. I was like, yes,
You started
Patty.
dropping names and facts and IMDb
I already
stuff.
knew that about Chris Pine's daddy.
I was like, oh my God, she's got facts.
Chris Pine's daddy was a cutie, and then Chris
Such a
Pine
cutie.
is like, but compared to his Chris Pine,
I mean,
he looks like a Joe Schmo. It's like, I mean, they resemble. He looks like his father,
The
but
eyes.
like
See, back to the eyes,
a
yes.
10-time better version.
yeah, the jawline, the whole hairline
Yes.
too.
I'm
I mean,
Googling
no
these
offense
guys.
to his
Yes.
dad, but
Who the hell? It's Chris.
This girl has to Google
you see the
him.
Wonder Woman movies with Gal Gadot? which is amazing if you think about it, because my shows in the 70s were Chips and Wonder Woman with obviously Linda Carter.
Yes.
And then Gal Gadot's boyfriend is Chris Pine, whose dad was.
Yes.
I
didn't make the connection.
I'm just saying, my whole life is basically grounded in the 70s television
Chris
universe.
Pine is, I'll pine over that.
But did you watch Wonder Woman as a kid?
Yes, I loved Wonder Woman.
Oh my God. And did you know she was Latina?
I did not at the time. I didn't.
No.
Not growing up. I didn't know she was half Mexican.
I didn't know that, but I felt like she was, and I think it's because she reminded me of. Was it? Do you guys remember Daniela Romo?
Ooh,
no.
See, this is a deeper
She's
cut
like
than
an
you
old
and I were going for.
school Mexican.
With blue eyes and
Mexican cantante. Now I'm gonna even Google her myself, but she had long, dark hair.
Well,
and so
that
she reminded me of her. So I think in my mind,
of the Latinas. Thank you for narrowing that down for us, Gwen.
There you go.
I did not know until there was I think it was an Alma Awards event, and Linda Carter was going to present, and a couple of younger Latinas were like, oh, I guess everyone's Latina now. And I think it was Edward James Olmos who came up to them and schooled them on how she was, that
actually her mother was
Mexican and her father was like Scotch Irish.
Yeah.
And then so for me, same thing.
you're like, oh my
said,
God.
yeah.
I'm like, that's me.
I'm like, what? When I do speeches, sometimes I put a picture of her. Like that was like when I was a kid, I used to sleepwalk, and I would try to lift my mom's bed like I was lifting a car off somebody.
Oh my goodness!
Like I was Wonder Woman. And so now it just makes more sense to me.
Patty, I wish I knew you when you were a kid, because I feel like
you could have beaten off the bullies. I mean, not beaten off. That's not. I mean, like that protected me. It was poorly worded.
I understand. That was very poorly worded.
She's like, you gotta get
protected me.
I wasn't like that.
You could have you would have been my superhero. You would have been a shell for me. Like
I weighed like 50 pounds. They wouldn't have. I could have. My rage might have helped for a few seconds, but then they were like, we can grab her. I was the size of Gwen now.
Perfect.
Did you pick out at all? Like either one of you? Like, did you go to more Latino, sort of bigger populations with Latinos in grade school, high school?
When I went to grade school, I went to Catholic school, and I would say that there was a decent amount of Latinos in school, but it was still very white. Kind of like environment. Does that make sense?
Same. Yep.
And were there ever any jokes about you being Mexican or Puerto Rican?
No, because there was enough.
Because they knew better.
I was already talking smack first, so.
No, because there was at least for me, there was enough Latinos that it wasn't an issue
or safe.
Yeah, it wasn't an issue because there was. I would say there had to be like. Out of 2 8th grade classes, there was probably maybe like 15 Latinos. Like out of, we were a small, but there was enough that they wouldn't be like, ew, what are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't as gentrified as it is now.
Well, I grew up here on the Northwest Side, a lot of German, Irish, Italian, Polish, and it was in grade school. It was on a hand. It was me and the Escobar sisters, and they were Filipino.
She's like, there was 3 brown people, and it was just us.
Well, and the kids that were bused in from like the west and south sides of Chicago. So because the kids they were not on the playground after school, we were the targets of what sort of energy was left over.
Oh no,
I'm fine. I'm totally fine. But I remember then I transferred to a Lutheran school. I'll never forget this. Sorry, Carrie Archambault, because that's her name. Do you remember when we were kids? You ever do this where you put your hands over someone's eyes and be like, guess who?
Yeah.
And Carrie said I could recognize those Mexican peasant hands anywhere.
What? Wow.
And so
how old was?
Did you rip her eyes out while they were covering her eyes? Did you rip her eyes out? Yeah. Did you just drag your?
How old was she?
We were in Girl Scouts, so it would have been probably, I think it was our 8th grade trip to Springfield. Yeah.
8th?
13-year-olds, I'm just saying. She actually has a blooper on The Price is Right. She retired recently, working at a corrections facility.
Putting her hands over people's faces.
I think she's
Guess who?
I think she was like in mental health, but she, at any rate, yeah, that's something that will, like, are there moments that like stay with you, that whether it's in grade school or throughout your life? Because we're seeing that now. I'm going to turn serious. I got an alert today that there was a school that needed people to be there for pickup and drop off, or for pickup today, to make sure that, because there was ice activity in Albany Park, in Lincoln Square, in Rogers Park.
Evanston,
and can you imagine as kids, like the things
That's terrifying.
Like, oh my God. I don't even know how, honestly don't know how I would go to school. Like, my mom is from Mexico. When I was a kid, everyone knew that she was Mexican. Like, if I was in the situation, I don't know that people wouldn't call in Norwood Park and say, I don't know.
I think going to school is so much scarier than when we were there, because, I mean, not only this whole issue regarding immigration, but then also mass school shootings. Like, we didn't have to worry about that. I think the scariest drill we had was tornadoes. Tornado drill.
That's how you're younger than me, because we had the nuclear ones where we were.
I never had that.
Oh, wow.
I never had that.
Yes,
We
under our
started at the regular old fire drills, Patty, all right?
Yeah. Do you remember what were the tornado drills? Hallway? Was it away from windows?
That we were in and that we huddled down on the,
like in rows,
on the ground.
by the in front of the lockers.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. Fire drills were exciting.
That's what I remember. Yeah, we were like, oh, yes, a fire drill. And then you just go out and walk slower.
Exactly.
We'd be the last
we're in a
ones
hurry
to get into the building.
You're such a fool.
I hated the kids who would go in the front. Like, they were like, come on, guys. And I'm like, why are you in a rush to go back to school? Walk slower.
Exactly. What
if there's a fire?
Is there a fire inside that you're rushing to? What's happening?
Right.
We are hanging out with Soli Santos, who will be a part of Female is Funny comedy. It's a comedy festival this weekend at the Comedyplex at CG. It's Comedyplex, and I believe we're also doing one at the Dragon Room at the Sushi House in Oak Park. Gwen, are you? I believe you're not a part of this.
I missed the deadline.
Here's the thing. This year was my first Latina festival, right? So it works out pretty well.
Also, it is funny is female. You've been saying female is funny.
Funny is female. It's because the show I used to host was Female Funnies, and you can see I could mess all that up. And I'm old. I think it's demonstrated from my Chris Pine
just for the
dad
audience,
play.
so that, just for the audience, if they Google it.
Funny is female, and I agree with that completely. And we would love for folks to join us. We'll talk more about that when we come back. We're in studio with Gwen LaRoka. That's the wrong way to say it. LaRoka.
I don't correct you like Soli. I don't correct you.
Okay? And Soli Santos. I want to thank our sponsors, Source Solar. Go to source.solar. Make an appointment with Peter Sorellis. Maybe it's time to get solar panels on your house or business. There are some incentives that will expire by the end of the year, so make sure you call him and find out how you can be better prepared with your selling your house or cheaper. Are you taking pictures? What's happening right now?
Yeah.
Let me fix my posture. Can I flex? So you can do better for the environment and your pocketbook. That's source.solar. Thank you to Pride Coffee Roasters. For a limited time, they do have 10% off your orders, and they also have a subscription. So if you want to get some coffee delivered to your home directly, they have such good coffee beans. It's single origin beans. The subscriptions are not part of the discount, but there's so many great things you can order, including some great tote bags. Sounds gay, I'm in. I should have brought one for you, Gwen. I have these tote bags that are very fun. Or for all of us. I have a hoodie now that says "Sounds gay, I'm in." Because that's where the fun's happening. I'm sorry.
Yes,
we're all saying. So PrideCoffeeRoasters.com, and thank you to our sponsors at Minocqua Brewing Company. Kirk Bankstead has been doing a great job of making sure that you know what's going on, not just in Wisconsin, but across the country. He has these great columnists working for, I shouldn't say great because I'm one of them, and if you like my work, thank you for your support. But go to MinocquaBrewingCompany.com, sign up for the newsletter, and subscribe to the Substack. More in a moment on WCPT 820 and KKNW 1150 in Seattle.
Amy Goodman reports on the news stories rarely covered by the corporate media. Democracy Now!
The UN's Humanitarian Affairs Office warned Palestinian children are at high risk of injury or death from unexploded ordnance left after more than 13 months of Israeli attacks. 8-year-old Mohammed Karmash, this is his mother.
No one was there to tell him that these are explosives that the Israelis throw.
Democracy Now! Weekday evenings at 10 on WCPT 820, Chicago's Progressive Talk.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Chicago's Progressive Talk, WCPT 820, where facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
It's Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you for joining us. We continue to drive it home. Joining me in studio is Gwen LaRoka, who will text me during the show, which I love. I'm like, oh, you're listening. I will tell you, I was at a rally in Arlington Heights, and it was a bunch of different communities, Elk Grove Village. It was Palatine, Des Plaines, a bunch of different groups. And whenever someone came up to me and said they liked the show, one woman, I don't remember her, I didn't mean to yell, one woman sang the entire theme song, Driving It Home.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
That's so sweet.
That's awesome.
So I can't, I still, whenever someone says they listen to my show, I'm like, oh, thank you. I honestly don't know if anyone's listening.
They're listening. We're listening.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Sometimes I worry about some groups.
Yes, I did text you during the show.
So Soli Santos also joins us. As Soli, I was talking last week about when people. So sometimes I express that I'm not entirely enthusiastic about a text exchange or something someone says, and I'll just write. If I say sure, it's not always. It just means I guess. It's kind of like that. Do you ever do that?
I don't really do that very often via text. But
she's like, I'll do it to your face.
I will, yes,
I'll
absolutely.
Look
That's what I was going to say.
I may or may not.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think Gwen knew the answer to that because I've done it to her.
Sure.
All right, I think this looks good.
This is better.
Better than your hair. From the head.
That was don't have
the poor audience. They don't have any idea.
Well, Facebook Live does.
That's
okay. They have to go to Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
Don't put it on. Anybody watching? Stop. You don't want to see.
So I try to. Because between you and when we are talking, I'll say that works, sounds good, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But if I say sure, so now I'm just leaning into sure and just saying sure to everything. So now nobody knows if that's a good thing or a bad.
I think you've said that to me, but I always know that there's a sarcasm to it where you're like, sure, yeah,
yes, because you're mean. When I worked out with you, have you ever worked out with Soli?
Yes, I used to train her.
Oh my God!
And that's why it's used to. No.
It's called.
She's good though. It was good stuff.
She doesn't make a lot of noise. Did Gwen make a lot of noise when she worked out with you, like I do? I make a lot. I'm very emotive.
No, Gwen.
I talked a lot of smack though. I'd be like, I would say a lot of stupid stuff.
They call me names.
You call her names,
I call her not fit for radio. I can't tell you the names I call her.
But you wouldn't be the first. That's actually very common.
I haven't called you the C word yet, so we haven't gotten there. Have I?
Okay. Well, maybe I need to push you harder.
You messed up. You should have just.
There's a thing that have you done the thing where you have to do your heels
the
and
calves?
oh my God.
When I make you do the calves in different with your feet in different positions?
I'm tired just listening to you guys.
The Slavic Russian, whatever the split squat thing on the bench. I'm gonna put your laces.
We need to. Let me know when you're available again,
quiet.
so I can torture you.
That sounds rough.
Push you to be the best person you could be. That's.
I do feel better working out with you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Somebody just. Oh my God. So this was inside the Home Depot today. They tackle. I thought that ice was not allowed. I'm sorry, you're referencing an image. There's 2 ICE agents on top of a guy. They've dropped to the ground and are on top of him. And this is in Evanston. He was yelling for help in Spanish. The listener did get information, and they want to know. They've given it to the appropriate organizations. I can't thank people enough. Evanston has been stepping up all over the place, and a lot of communities. I know that friends of mine are on some of these rapid response teams. They have whistles and are identifying themselves. But this is it wasn't your understanding was that they weren't supposed to go into business? Well, Home Depot is cooperating.
We already know what their stance is.
Stop shopping at places that are exacerbating the situation.
Correct.
And deliberately targeting
I feel like people forget, like I do really. That's why I think, that's why the No Kings, protests and the rallies and everything, all that matters is because people start to believe the narrative and the rhetoric that, oh, well, we can't do anything about it. So let me go just shop. What is my one little purchase going to do? When it's just control what you do. And if everyone does that, then that's how we make the change. That's how we make the changes. So it's like,
I think that's also the same people that talk about the march and being like, oh, so now we don't have any kings, right?
Right.
Oh my God. It's like the shopping, all of it matters, it's cumulative.
Right.
It's not going to happen overnight, but there's always the naysayers, the Debbie Downers that are going to.
Well, and people who just are comfortable with this sort of authoritarianism. They like bullies. They want a strong man like Trump to protect them from the black and brown people and to protect their places in the hierarchy.
Right.
Yeah. Just it's fun. This has been. May you live in interesting times, Gwen.
I mean.
Listen,
I don't know.
This is a perfect example of why I hated doing group projects in school. Because there was always the knucklehead that ruined
somebody
it
always
for
killed
everybody.
it for somebody
always ruined it for everybody in the group.
Yeah. I have a couple of friends that I was like, wow, okay, that's who you voted for.
Oh.
Okay. What the hell?
Yeah.
So then I fast forward to like Saturday. And I'm thinking that, they're like, oh, I'm not going to, stay away. I'm not going to go to any rallies. I'm going to hunker down type of thing. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. So you vote to get us in this situation. And then you can't even.
Well, they're not going to support it if they voted for it.
No, because they are. They voiced their like, oh, my God. Like, it's almost like it was like a shocker what's happening. I'm like, really? Really?
Yeah,
you're shocked that this is happening. Mm-hmm. This is what's happening. How did you? It wasn't even a secret. It was everything was out there. Project 2025. I mean, he would say things himself. How are you shocked? So now that you're shocked and you're like, oh my God, I didn't know it was going to go this far. Oh, but I'm not going to go to the. So now it's up to everybody else to fix it and like save democracy.
Right. I think the ones that irritate me though are the ones who say they voted against this and still are like, what difference is that going to make? Well, now whose side are you on? What
if it doesn't make a difference, then be on the good.
What are you making a decision
right side
on?
history.
You're saying you didn't vote for this, but then what are you doing? Like it's like
you think it'll blow over? You think it's just like a momentary? I mean, these are people's lives that are being destroyed. There's a girl who has been recovering from radiation therapy and chemo. She has cancer. Her father didn't come home over the weekend.
Oh, my God. And
they found his car in the parking lot of the Home Depot with, the evidence of his window being smashed in. And that's in Matt Martin's award. He put up a video this weekend, and I can't even. Jim is going to stay on hold for a little bit. I'm going to talk to Jim on the break because I said call in, and then I didn't take his call. I don't have time to right now because we have to talk about our festival this weekend. It's the Funny is Female Comedy Festival happening this weekend. Go to comedyplex.com. It starts on Thursday, goes through Saturday, and we have a lot of great shows. I will be headlining on Saturday night. We also have Megan Gailey, Soli Santos, Angie McMahon. We've got a ton of folks that are going to be performing at this event. And joining us in just a moment, we'll have a few more of the performers that will be on the bill. Oh, it's on Sunday as well. They'll have a Best of the Fest at 8 p.m. on Sunday at the Comedy Plex. More after this on WCPT 820 and KKNW 1150. Thank you for being here. Soli Santos and Gwen LaRoka will be here as well.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Scattered showers continue tonight with a low temperature of 42 degrees and winds out of the west gusting up to 40 miles an hour at times. On Wednesday, we'll see cloudy skies with a high temperature of 52 degrees and those northwest winds continuing to gust up to 35 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny, high of 54. Friday, sunshine and a high of 55. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday with highs in the upper 50s. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 46.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
The Rick Smith Show.
These are the people that we've handed the keys to the kingdom. These are the people that we've said, go ahead, run the country. So are we surprised when we said that they're going to run it into the ground? No, you could go, Rick, you've been saying this is all planned, and I think it is. I think the chaos is plotted. I think they know, as long as there's chaos, we can then do the real goal, which is breaking the federal government and stealing from we the taxpayers.
The Rick Smith Show, weeknights at 7 on WCPT 820.
Because facts matter. You are listening to WCPT 820.
Union Strong Chicago continues to lead the way with progressive values and in preserving democracy. Your support of the Minocqua Brewing Company Super PAC efforts in Wisconsin and beyond strengthens the fight against MAGA Republicans. You can now purchase progressive beers like Labor Lager, Love Wins Fruited Sour, and the Resistance IPA in Chicago at Rogers Park Provisions, Diversity Beer, Wine, and Spirits in Lakeview, Park West Liquor, Wine, and Beer in Lincoln Park, Logan Square Liquors, and Tip Top Food and Liquors in Westtown. Visit MinocquaBrewingCompany.com for all their Chicagoland locations. As always, no matter how bad our sports teams are, please drink responsibly. Ooh, let me play a little bit of, let's pump the energy up a little bit.
Welcome back to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our conversation. This weekend is the first annual Funny is Female Comedy Festival, and you can go to comedyplex.com for information about the lineup, the venues, all the wonderful events happening this weekend. It starts on Thursday, runs through Sunday. Sunday will culminate in a Best of the Festival event. And joining me in the studio is a producer, promoter, the founder of the Female is Funny, the Funny is Female Festival. Sorry, yes. I know I did it. Angie McMahon joins us.
Hi.
And tell us a little bit about why you decided to have this festival.
We had a student, actually, you'll have her in here later, Marta. She was one of our students in our stand-up classes, and she asked if we could have an all-female stand-up class, if we would offer one. And so I said, absolutely. And we started offering this all-female class that we called The Funniest Female. Mm-hmm. And I turned to the club owner and said, this is so great. After about 4 or 5 pretty full terms, I said, we should do a festival and give, women a place to be. And I just thought it would be a small local festival, maybe 20 comics.
Right.
And he wanted to do it big. He wanted to bring in headliners. He wanted to have a lot of comedians from all over the world. And so that's what we did. So it's been about 6 months in the making, and here we are.
Excellent, and congratulations on it. Tell us a bit about the comics that you have, the way you sort of went through all the submissions.
Yeah.
Gwen missed the deadline.
I did, I missed it. But Soli, I have had the chance to headline the Comedy Plex, and it is an awesome space. So I'm excited for you guys to
such
have
a cool
this
space.
festival there.
And Gwen will be headlining next year.
Yes. Yeah. So, what was the question, Patty? Tell us how the judging went.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I honestly wouldn't have remembered. No, how you went through all the videos and submissions.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
we
lot of
had
work.
about 230 submissions.
Wow.
And it was myself, Mars, and a lovely comedian, Rachel Hall, that were the judges. And we each scored each comics on 1 to 20 based on their stage presence, on their material, on if any presence that they had as they were delivering it. So we had like 4 categories. I can't remember right now, but it came up to 20 points. So then we accumulated those points. So each of us gave our points, and then it was whatever the accumulation of the 3 points. We added them all up, and then the top scores got in. We took almost 60 comedians.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic. And so here's the thing. I met our comedian and joining us as well, who's going to be on the show, and I locked into your last name, which is Kern, and then forgot your first name.
Nina.
Nina! Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And tell me a little bit about yourself. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Ohio, near the Akron area, and then I moved to Chicago in 2018, and I've been doing stand-up since the fall of 2019.
Excellent. And one of the things that people, will focus on, I mean, we've done this for a little bit. As women, I've been a woman my whole life. And the people used to ask me, like, is it hard being a female comic? I remember being asked that question in the 90s. And so my answer was always like, I've never not been a female.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
It was always weird to me. Yeah. So what does it mean to you to be a part of a women's comedy festival, Nina?
It's really exciting. I mean, I think a lot of times if this were to be an all-men festival, we wouldn't have to say anything. And so it's exciting. No one would ever say anything. No one ever thinks like, this even isn't, when I produce my own shows, I produce a couple shows in the city, I went, oh no, I have an all-female lineup. And then I didn't mean to book it, but I had an all-female lineup. And I was like, well, wait a minute. If this were an all-man lineup, no one would say anything.
True.
No one would think anything differently. It would just be a show. So it's nice to have a space and showcase all the amazing women in the city like we are. And I think women are more and more gaining traction in the comedy scene. And I just think it's beautiful. And it's really exciting to be a part of it.
They don't like when we point it out. I mean, we've seen that all over.
No,
the place.
they don't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
When the bill is filled with guys, as it often is. And Angie, we did an event for Mother's Day, for moms who drink and swear.
Yeah.
And it was everybody. It was men and women. We had an amazing night. What kind
150 sold out seats. That first one, we did a second Moms Who Drink and Swear for breast cancer awareness for October. We had 90 sold out again. And it's incredible to just say it's not weird that there's all these women on stage. We're going to say it. There's all these women on stage. Now let's just enjoy what's happening. And I find once you just say it, people are like, oh, okay, I know what's going on now. Instead of you're tricking me, this is a women's event or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Again, though, that's so right. It takes me right back to what you were saying, Dinah. Like the fact that you even have to say it, and the fact that it takes for it to be stated at the beginning for people to be like, oh, okay, I'm not. The fact that they're even thinking they're being tricked is what I'm saying. Like, what's the matter with you?
I was at an improv show, and we just happened to have all women on the lineup and a small audience. And the man in the audience said, "Is this a women's show?" And she just went, "No, it's an improv show. What are you talking about?" And he goes, "But there's no men." She goes, "They were all busy. I don't know."
They couldn't make it. Yeah.
There's
Now I want to do that. I want to go to all dude events and call that out. Just be like, hey,
we're the women.
Is this a guy's show?
And you know what they'll say, especially the bookers will be like, well, if I could find some fun.
Yeah,
they always say it.
So let me get your name down. It's just like so refreshing to find a funny moment. It's just like so hard.
Yeah. I used to get almost every week. I don't usually like female comedians.
I was just gonna say that. I've gotten that too.
Yeah, I don't usually like them, but you're pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
30
funny
years
for a
that.
girl.
I'm fine.
Funny for a girl boy. Gwen.
That's you. That's a girl boy.
And one of the things you've incorporated in this event, Angie, is also for the comedians to learn more about the industry with casting agents and marketing and things like that. Talk a little about the workshops you have coming up.
We had 2 workshops. So the first one is a social media and branding workshop, and we have 4 incredible marketing people from the straight up marketing world who are coming to speak on the panel. And then we have a career building workshop, and that's going to be with a big focus on how to film your comedy special. So we have Natasha Perlman-Hansen, who filmed her comedy special at what was supposed to be her wedding. We have Chelsea Hood, who just finished hers. Tyler Ross, who's manager and also has a special that's out. And then Ariel Julie, who is just directed Kevin Kellum's comedy special. So that's going to be where we start with that, but also talking about managing and also talking about setting up your own tour without representation. So those will be the workshops that we have kind of coming up.
We all need that, don't you?
Yeah. Yes. Give me all the help I can get.
Exactly. Well, and I've been in this for 30 years, and I still am like, how do I do this? Like, it's because sometimes you fall into this pattern. So, have you had the chance to do the road? I know you have one of the showcases is road comics, and so I don't know. I haven't even thought about road comics in a while because I did a series in the pandemic called Comedy Condo, and they don't do that. Have you been in a comedy condo?
Oh, I know what they are, but I've never had the pleasure of staying in one.
The pleasure, not. But talk a little bit about because right now it seems in Chicago it's kind of there's showcases. How do you build like a longer set? What are some of the things that you do to get out there?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Right?
It's what am I doing to build a longer set? I've been lucky that I have had some opportunities where I've gotten to do 15 minutes. I've gotten to do 20. I've gotten to do 30. It isn't very often that I get to do 30. But I do constantly try when I am making new material. Like I just came up with a new bit the other day and I went, I can pair that with this and then that can be 10 minutes. So it's always seeing like what pieces of the puzzle can I fit together to build more and more and more and connect everything together.
And that's what we need here and across the board for comics is the opportunity to build that, to do 15 to 20 minutes because that used to be the case when we were, I think, a little bit younger, right? What'd you say?
I was just having this conversation too with another comedian. I was like, I remember when Eli Castro when he said he was doing a show and he has his one-man shows, right? And he was doing a show and he's like, and he was doing a stand-up show, so he was just only going to do a few minutes. And he's like, man, he was like, and I had just started. I think this was like probably over 10 years ago, and I was a little bit freaking out. And he's like, I'm freaking out. How am I going to fit everything I want to say into like 7 minutes? And I remember thinking that, and I'm like, wow, that must be awesome. And now I have that problem where I'm like, oh my, like when I did Headline Zanies, I had to chop off a big chunk of my set, and I looked at the clock and it said 1 hour and 8. I was like, how did I do that? Get off the stage. People want to go home.
Well, but that's what comedians need is that space to grow. And I think having a festival like this provides a lot of opportunity for people to have different experiences, Angie, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, and the other thing is with the Best of the Fest, we have maybe 20 or so bookers who are coming. Zanies is coming. The Improv is coming. Comedy Bar, Comedy Plex, Abbey Resort, Still Not Friday. Yes, Stuart Talent, O'Connor Casting. They're all Sex City Casting is coming. So they're all coming to that Best of the Fest. But no one's guaranteed spots.
Right.
No one's moving to the Best of the Fest because of how many people they bring in the audience to clap for them.
Oh my God, I love this.
Thank God.
Their material.
My friends are tired of coming to show.
No, it's material stands on its own, and we're going to put it in front of the decision makers, and then it's going to be up to the decision makers if they want to do something. They say they can't find women. We're giving you 60 women.
That's awesome.
Yep, exactly. And I know. So when you decided to come to Chicago, was it for comedy or were you?
I actually originally came to build my acting resume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was the original dream, was to be an actor. I still do acting here and there, but comedy's kind of shifted to my main focus. But yeah, then after I moved to the city, it's funny because my mom, when I was growing up, she would always be like, oh, well, when you do stand-up comedy someday. And then I actually started doing it, and she was like, wait, I didn't want you to joke about that. Yeah. She didn't think my humor was going to be so vulgar. But alas, here we are. But then I saw what a rich and beautiful scene we have in the city, and I just decided to try it, and here I am now.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
And tell folks where they can find you on social media, and I know you have some clips on YouTube as well.
Yes, I need to up my YouTube, but
Same.
you can find me.
You talking all good.
Guilty.
Yeah. So on social media, you can find me. All of my socials are at I am Nina Kern. That's at I am NINA-KERN. That's on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I don't know if that's my Facebook or not, but don't follow me on Facebook. Don't follow me on Facebook.
I feel like you're too young for Facebook. That's just for the old broads.
You follow me on Facebook. That's fine.
Follow people on Facebook, though. I'm like, why? It's all right.
It's all right. Yeah. And Angie, where can folks find out more about your show? And, what show are you on this weekend?
Oh, I am on the 9 o'clock show on Friday at Comedyplex, and then I am on the 9 o'clock show on Saturday at the Dragon Room.
Excellent. That'll be fantastic. Folks, go to comedyplex.com for the entire lineup and all the venues. Well, both venues, Comedyplex. Before I bring in the other comics, Angie, tell us about the other venue that is...
The Dragon Lounge. Actually,
Lounge.
It's my fault because I put Dragon Room on the posters, and it's Dragon Lounge at Sushi House. It's it's a nice, intimate, 50 seats. It's a perfect little low ceilings. It's going to be really great for comedy. And we brought over the big banner over there. So that's going to be a perfect little second stage. And you can get dinner ahead of time. The sushi has won awards. Illinois Sushi Awards.
I've been there. It's delicious.
I'm so excited. I'm just
delicious.
so excited for this sushi.
It is good.
Well, we're going to bring in a couple more comedians. We're going to take a break here and come back and talk more about Funny is Female Comedy Festival. Over 50 comedians, 4 days of nonstop comedy. Go to comedyplex.com to learn more. Oh, I love all these sponsors too. So check out the website so you can find out where you should be eating because they support the kind of work that Angie McMahon and Comedyplex does. Let's take a break here and come back in a moment on WCPT 820 and KKNW 1150. We'll have to take this to Seattle. That's all I'm saying.
A Better Life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
You know, I remember learning years ago that an estimated 30 to 40% of the food supply here in the United States ends up in landfills. That gave me a pit in my stomach to hear, especially considering how many people struggle to put healthy food on their table amid prices going up and up. Carly Bodrug is the author of the best-selling book, Scrappy Cooking. She says this: if you're really intentional, you can save more than $1,000 a year by implementing a food waste reducing plan. Start by creating a meal plan, she says. Don't just bring food into your home if you're not going to eat it. Shop your kitchen first. Chances are, you've already got some of the things you need. And while Carly, of course, does not encourage eating spoiled food, you can probably think of those best buy dates as more of a suggestion than an absolute mandate. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Allstate's new home insurance is now better than ever. We're making getting the right home insurance that's right for you super easy with our improved online quoting tool. It explains how each coverage option works for you without the headache. Yep, you can start protecting your home in a matter of minutes. So check Allstate first for home insurance that's better than ever. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Coverage subject to terms, qualifications, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey Google, play WCPT.
Streaming Chicago's progressive talk from TuneIn.
Listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us and to continue our conversation about the Funny is Female Comedy Festival this weekend. You can go to comedyplex.com to learn more about the lineups, the venues. Megan Gailey will be headlining on Friday and Saturday. There's a couple of venues. There's the Dragon Lounge at the Sushi House. I will be there at 7 p.m. on Saturday. And also the Comedyplex, which is one of the best comedy clubs in the Chicagoland area. Very excited. And joining me in studio, guest co-hosts Gwen LaRoka and Soli Santos, both comedians. And Soli will be at the festival. Gwen, like me, did not pay attention to deadlines.
Let's just stop bringing that up, shall
I
we?
miss every deadline for the Latina Comedy Festival in Chicago. Every single one. This year I had to beg to be on. Joining us, and I asked Marta her name on the way in, and then I started writing it down and then stopped. But we got hooked on.
It's Marta Siegel Block.
Siegel Block. Hi, Marta. We worked together at the moms who swear and drink.
Yes.
Do we drink and swear, or do we swear and drink?
I think we drink and swear.
Yeah.
And swear and drink.
I definitely do.
Occasionally smoke. I don't know.
Occasionally smoke. Same. And Evie Cato, who's was also on the show, and we had the pleasure of working together several times.
Yes,
and apparently, you're related to a regular guest co-host on the show, Carmen Navarro's your we can also we can open up the phone lines. Oh, we do have the phone lines open in case Carmen wants to give you a hard time. So Marta, tell us a little about yourself. You took Angie's stand-up comedy class?
Yeah. So many years ago, I was a comedy writer. I was one of the original writers for You Don't Know Jack, the comedy trivia game.
What the freaking frick? Come on!
Yes. So that was decades ago, and then I stopped. And
Marta, amazing! You're such a big part of my life.
Oh,
it became a digital, like a computer game and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
So so I did that, and then I had kids and did marketing instead of that. And then when Comedyplex was opening, I thought, well, maybe I could perform. I've written, maybe I could perform. And so I took Angie's class, and then I took the women's only class, and then I started performing, and they've been just so wonderful and supportive of me. And so this festival, I'm performing, but I'm also one of the organizers of it. So it's sort of a way of melding everything I do, my marketing, my comms work, and my comedy all together.
Oh, look at you spinning all the plates. Are these plastic plates? I feel like they're China plates.
Oh, they are glass, and they are circling my head.
Oh, boy. Goodness. Man, well done. And Evie, tell us about what, because I know that you are so passionate. You get so fired up. You're so enthusiastic. And you also have a day job as well.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got started in stand-up comedy.
Oh, my goodness. It all started following Mikey O shows.
What?
Yes.
Oh,
and
don't say.
I get starstruck because I grew up watching Gwen LaRoka.
Oh,
I was telling you the other day because I'm definitely way older, but that's right. But I enjoyed it. I started going to shows and had a blast. And then he put out, he was looking for people to do like storytelling. Entonces,
yes.
So I did it, and I got bit. I got bit by the bug, and
She got hooked.
And then moms who tell jokes. I sent in a video for that, and then I just got pulled in and took a class with Angie at Second City.
Amazing. I love that so much. Again, we're talking about the Funniest Female Comedy Festival, October 24th through the 26th. You can go to comedyplex.com to learn more about the lineup and the schedule. And so, Marta, so as a writer, like I'm more of a performer. Like the writing has to catch up with what I want to say on stage, and then I try to figure it out. Some people are very precise. Do you feel like as a writer, you're precise with what you want to say, or have you found that middle ground of...
I think when I first started, it was very much so. I went to a performing arts high school. So when I first started comedy, I treated this like a monologue. Like I wrote out my monologue and I memorized it like I was going for an audition.
Oh.
And I was like, and I would get thrown if something went a little bit off or if the audience was totally different than I was expecting. I remember one time I had like a whole menopause bit and everybody in the audience was male, and I'm like, oh shit. Like I did not.
We are on the radio.
Sorry.
Hey, you get this many comedians in one room, it's bound to happen.
So now though, I think I've been able, the more I've done it, the more I've loosened up, the less, I treat it like memorizing, but I definitely write everything out first because I'm a writer first. So
Do you guys write everything? Oh, they're taking pictures. Evie, how about yourself? Do you?
I'm listening.
I know you're listening, but you guys. I don't want to interrupt you. How cute you looked. Like I make you talk in the middle of that.
What was the question? What was the question?
Have you found that place where you can riff a little bit, or do you like not want to go off of what you hadn't like planned?
No, right now I write everything out.
Yeah.
And I'm just now feeling a little more comfortable where I could, if I get thrown off a little bit, I can find my way back. But I still write everything out.
And that's something that Nina was talking about was, she thinks about when she writes a new bit where it fits. And that's the thing about being able to stretch out and do longer sets is the way I look at it is I have material I know will work. And then there are places where I'll play. And I think of that as like swinging from vine to vine. And you have like that sort of hang time, like, I don't know if I'm going to catch the next vine. But you have material that will work. And that's, it's super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which shows are you, what show are you on this weekend, Evie?
I am on Friday, 9:00 at the Dragon Lounge.
Nice.
Yes, and I'm going to do the open mic. There's an open mic at 4.
Ooh,
on
Friday.
On
Yeah, I'm
Friday.
gonna do it.
Yeah. So it's open for anyone, is my
it's
understanding?
performers and volunteers.
Performers and volunteers, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it's going to be fun, yeah.
And how about you, Marta?
So I am the first show at Dragon Lounge on Thursday at 7.
Nice.
And then despite my... You'll be surprised to learn that I'm actually hosting the Clean comedy show on Saturday at 5. And I'm also moderating the panel on social media and marketing because that's part of what I do in my day job. So
that's fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm so excited about this festival. It's a wonderful venue. Both venues, the Dragon Lounge
Dragon Lounge
at the
Sushi House.
Sushi House.
And it is so good. Their food is so good.
We had this conversation before you guys came in, and I honestly, that's where I started going there first.
Yeah.
Before this whole festival. So. I will second that.
I'm so mad. We went over there on Monday just to see it and set up. And like I got home, I'm like, could we get sushi? And that was not what we wound up getting. So I think I'll be eating nothing but sushi all weekend.
There it is. So with with starting out in comedy, sort of from different places, have you gotten any reactions from people about being a woman in comedy? Like because it's like Latinas in particular, like in the 90s, there were very few Latino comics in general. Like there was me and Alex Ortiz. And that was kind of it for a bit in Chicago. Are you finding, like, because you've been to Mikey O shows, you've watched this landscape sort of grow, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
That's why when I would see female comics, I'd just kind of just watch them and focus, and I just admired them. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough, and like the open mics and getting time to practice, you don't see a lot of females out there. Doing their craft.
Well, that's why we got to show up more. We got to go more to these open. I'm not going to open mics enough.
No. For me, the challenge I feel at this stage in my comedy career is when you're doing longer sets, a 3-minute open mic is not very helpful.
That's fair.
For me.
I'm terrible at those shorter sets. But Marta, are you finding, because one of the things I've noticed in the last 20 years is that once Chelsea Handler and Sarah Silverman, like their careers took off because it wasn't as dirty. Like now the expectation is for women to be dirty in order to like.
I think
which is fine. I got some dirty material. Don't get me wrong.
I think the expectation isn't there quite as much for me, just because I'm clearly over 50. I think I kind of got to bypass some of that.
Yeah.
And I do see a lot of younger comics where it definitely does seem like
the Amy Schumer influence.
And I mean, if that's what's genuine to people, then that's what they should do. And I think, though, that I have some dirty jokes. I apparently have a joke that a former member of my Girl Scout troop saw online and has been traumatized by. So,
well, to be fair, like the guys have been dirty for a long time. I mean, like the things that I have seen and heard in my career.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting to me. Well, Marta, where can folks find your social media?
Sure. So I have a website that's advicefrommarta.com, which combines my communications consulting and my comedy and some classes I've been putting together on using comedy for business communications.
Nice.
And then most of my social media is also that Advice from Marta, but my YouTube is just my name, Marta Siegelblock.
Marta Siegel-Block.
Yeah.
And Evie, where can folks find the work that you do? Because I know you do some great videos as well.
You'll find me on Instagram at Evie_Wepa Comedy.
That's right. Thank you both so much. Again, go to comedyplex.com. Sorry, Lady B, that I'm running late, but I had such a good conversation. I'm not taking that. What the freak? All right, let's take a break here. More after this on WCPT 820 and KKW. Oh, we've been canceled, apparently.
Driving, it's just better in a Porsche. Find yours at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park. Browse and test drive our extensive selection, like the 2025 Porsche Cayenne. And right now, lease the 2025 Macan for only $949 a month for 39 months. Discover performance like no other at the Porsche Exchange in Highland Park or PorscheExchange.com. $7,469 due signing. Excludes tax, title, license, and doc fee. No security deposit required. Expires 10/31/25.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's Best Eggs. They're just so delicious, with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's Best.
AP News, I'm Ben Thomas. As the government shutdown drags into a fourth week, Sakamagane reports the show of unity at the White House.
The effects are being felt nationwide, from preschool Head Start programs scrambling for federal funds to thousands more federal workers missing paychecks. At the White House.
What a friendly group this is. No Democrats are here, right?
The president insists the shutdown must end, but not by caving to Democrats' demands over extending health care subsidies.
We will not be extorted on this crazy plot of theirs.
Hours before GOP lawmakers dined on cheeseburgers in the now paved-over Rose Garden.
Republicans may not have time to fix people's health care, but apparently they got plenty of time for a mini pep rally.
Top Senate Democrat Chuck Schumer later said he and House counterpart Hakeem Jeffries have asked the president to meet. As he left the White House, Senate GOP leader John Thune said the time for talking is over.
People keep saying, negotiate. Negotiate what?
Sagar Meghani, Washington.
U.S. diplomatic efforts continue to ensure the Gaza ceasefire holds. Joe Fetterman reports from Jerusalem. Vice President J.D. Vance is there, seeking to advance the process toward a long-term peace.
Vance is expected to meet with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. They're expected to discuss ways on how to move forward. He also says that he is optimistic. He believes that Hamas is committed to this agreement. However, he has also issued a warning to Hamas. He says that if Hamas violates the agreement, in his words, it will be obliterated.
President Trump says his plan for a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin is on hold because he says he doesn't want it to be a waste of time. Last week, he had announced plans for a summit in Hungary, but the delay followed a call between Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. This is AP News. The NBA season's getting underway this hour. Gethin Coolbaugh has a preview.
Defending champion Oklahoma City will raise its first title banner in the NBA season opener against Houston. Reigning Finals MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
The challenge is going to be reeling all the emotions and the joy and the excitement, reeling it all in.
The Rockets added former OKC star and 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant in the offseason.
Excited for a new season, anxious to get started.
In the late game, all-time three-point leader Stephen Curry and the Warriors visit the Lakers.
You look forward to doing what we do as players and going out there and hooping. That's what it always boils down to.
LA will be without NBA all-time leading scorer LeBron James, sidelined with sciatica for the start of his record 23rd NBA season.
I'm excited about the opportunity to be able to play the game that I love for another season.
I'm Gethin Coolbaugh.
There's more news at apnews.com. I'm Ben Thomas. Thanks for listening.
This is 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and streaming worldwide at WCPT820.com. We are Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter. Now, your WCPT 820 weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Scattered showers continue tonight with a low temperature of 42 degrees and winds out of the west gusting up to 40 miles an hour at times. On Wednesday, we'll see cloudy skies with a high temperature of 52 degrees and those northwest winds continuing to gust up to 35 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny, high of 54. Friday, sunshine and a high of 55. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday with highs in the upper 50s. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 46.
This is a WCPT 820 Heartland Signal News Minute.
We in the military are not trained to do these missions. We do not understand the concept of community policing.
That's retired Army Major General Randy Manner, former acting vice chair of the National Guard Bureau, speaking to WCPT shortly after delivering remarks at a Chicago press conference where Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker was joined by a group of retired military officers expressing opposition to the Trump administration's attempted use of National Guard troops in Chicago. A federal judge has put the Chicago deployment on pause, but Manner remains concerned about the military being put to work policing American cities.
We are trained to, using military terms, to close with and destroy the enemy as needed. You know what? Last time I checked, there is no enemy in Chicago or in any American cities.
For WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal, I'm Andy Miles.
WCPT 820, Chicago's progressive talk, where facts matter.
Driving it home with Patti Vasquez, Patti Vasquez. From global conflicts to greenhouse gases, the folks refusing to wear masks says, and politicians getting caught grabbing asses says, she's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us. We continue to drive it home. Hello to our friends listening on KTNF AM 950 Minneapolis, St. Paul, joining our friends in Seattle on KKNW 1150. And we're on WCPT 820 here in Chicago and, of course, out Heartland Signal. And we're live streaming on Facebook where you can see all the beautiful faces in my studio for the Funny is Female Comedy Festival this weekend at the Comedy Plex. Before we get to our conversation, I do want to thank our sponsors, Pride Coffee Roasters. Go to pridecoffeeroasters.com. Get 10% off your entire order. With the exception of your subscriptions, if you're subscribing, you're going to get some really great coffee, and it's a deal to begin with because they tailor all of their roasts. They roast their beans to order. So please go to pridecoffeeroasters.com. Maybe pick up a tote bag that says, sounds gay, I'm in, because I have one. You should have one too, I'm just saying. Also want to thank our friends at Source Solar. Go to source.solar. Make an appointment with Peter Sorellis. Maybe it's time to get solar panels on your house or business because there are some incentives that will expire at the end of the year and you do not want to miss out. That's source.solar. And thank you to Minocqua Brewing Company. Go to MinocquaBrewingCompany.com, sign up for the newsletter, maybe take a peek at the article I wrote yesterday, Millions March While Trump Takes a Dump Again. And I kind of enjoyed writing that one. Joining me in studio, we have Gwen LaRoka, a fellow comedian who I've had the pleasure of knowing for over a decade. Wow. Have I known you and Soli for over a decade?
Yes.
Has it been 10 years?
Wow. Yep.
Well,
yeah.
We've been comics
Time's
here.
flying.
I know. We refuse to move. Like they tell us to move. And one of the great things about there being a festival in town is that we're reminded we don't have to go to LA or New York to be seen by casting directors and folks who are bookers or talent agencies. And Angie McMahon, along with the folks at Comedy Plex and Marta and our friend Lisa now, Lisa
Nagatomo-Timms.
Nagatomo-Timms. I was going to walk right up to it and I failed miserably. Thank you so much, Lisa. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Lisa. You are involved with the Comedy Plex, which is a fantastic comedy venue.
I'm married to Mars Timms, one of the owners, but I'm also the female voice at the Comedy Plex. And I help bartend. I help with a little bit of everything. I'm the special events coordinator.
Nice.
Is my title there. And so very, very involved in the Funniest Female Comedy Festival. And I've worked with Angie for, it's 26 years. What? Oh my goodness, 26 years.
How?
I used to perform. I was a improviser, and so I used to perform at her theater.
Holy
and then
cats.
I was in her theater company, Chemically Imbalanced Comedy. They go by CIC Theater now.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So
how fun! And pull that microphone a little bit closer to you. Pull that a little bit closer to you, if you don't mind. Will you just pull it? It's got a nice arm on it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't make you scooch. That's only for being in the stirrups. That's just my job. I can't help it. So tell us a bit about the festival and like what you've seen. But either one of you, Angie and Lisa, over your careers with women in comedy, whether it's in the improv, sketch, or stand-up space, it's changed a lot over the last 30 years, hasn't it?
It's changed remarkably.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, did you know I still work at Second City, so I'm still fairly tuned in to at least on the fringe of what's happening in the improv community. I'm not an improv anymore. It's a cult, and I escaped.
One of three Chicagoans is in an improv troupe.
That makes perfect sense, Angie.
It's a cult. It is a cult. They have gurus. We say things like we're artists and geniuses and poets, and no, it's totally a cult. You sleep with a guru. It's absolutely a cult. So, but a lot of that has changed, actually. Now, this is a big thing in the improv world. They have consent circles. So everyone holds hands before the show starts and talks about if there's like a part of their body they don't want touched during the show, or like my dad died 2 weeks ago. Can we not talk about death or dads? Or you give consent as to like what you're about to walk into, which is lovely. It's lovely.
And
it's an overcorrection.
I was going to say that.
It's a huge overcorrection. And also, you know what it did? And I don't care if improv hates me after I say this, because I don't care. It made improv less dangerous. It made it really safe and nice and kind. But there's other things that happen that correct in the other way that are so lovely. Like, we didn't have any trans people. Now there'll be like 3 trans people on an improv troupe.
Right.
There was none.
I'm just flashing. So improv was never a strong, I studied it and I did like a players workshop in the Second City. So we did also sketch. This is how long I've been doing this. We did a sketch about the first female cadets at the Citadel. Do you remember how long? No, you don't. And it's so weird because I started doing comedy in the 90s when there were arguments about women being in combat. And one of the arguments was women don't, Jesse Helms, I think, said we don't belong in combat because we get yeast infections. And I said, well, I wouldn't be in a foxhole with bombs going on over my head, turning to my sergeant going, I'm not feeling quite fresh today. Do you think summertime fresh or cucumber and water would be better? I mean, but now we're back to that. Like, it's one of those things where the space of comedy has always been a commentary on what's happening nationally, internationally, politically. Do you find, are there comics, Lisa, that are coming in how are audiences reacting to different sort of, like, are they sometimes in sort of reacting unnecessarily to what they think is offensive to Trump or to, like, what's the temperature right now?
It's interesting. As a rule, people are pretty open. And I think some of that is when somebody walks into a comedy space, they're coming in expecting to laugh. Right. And so we have found most people are pretty good, even if politics aside, they don't agree with something. They don't tend to heckle. They don't tend to get too offended. There's an occasional person who gets offended, but it hasn't been too bad.
Throwing things.
But we're located in Oak Park, which is a very nice liberal city, and so I can't say what
I have seen over and over at least 3 times is a comedian talking specifically about on either side of the issue about Palestine. And I've seen audience members get up out of their seat 3 different times, get into a screaming match with the comic.
Wow.
And have it go all the way out to I saw it at the Lincoln Lodge. I think I saw it at Comedyplex. I think it was Bob Keane that did a Palestine joke, and the woman lost her ever-loving mind. And it was like, it's just so it's such a hard topic on any side to discuss that it seems that there's near no middle ground on that topic.
And sometimes people hear what they want to hear.
I think also part of that goes to and I'm going to bring the old school comedy math, so to speak, of like, what's the form? It's comedy plus time, tragedy plus time equals comedy. We have not had time.
We're in it.
So there, I think that's why those things are happening where audiences are feeling, coming out and screaming because we have not had time to process it. We're still in it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Gwen, are you talking about things that are touching
most
on?
Definitely. I do feel a difference, but it's also like you mentioned, right? It's from space to space, I guess, right? Because I've done my sets, and I don't get too deep into it, but it's just enough that you know where I stand, and it's just enough ride of like the comedy line, and then I do what I do, and then I just keep it moving. To where most of the time I do get those audiences that you were talking about, Lisa, where I can tell. I've had Trump supporters come up to me afterwards, and they were pretty much like MAGA-y, but they were like basically like okay with the joke. Not that I need their approval,
Well,
right?
and
But
that's
what I'm
what we
saying
need
is
to be again,
they were
is-
fine, right? That's what
Yeah.
comedy is. Like
Yes.
that's real, and that's what America. That's what democracy is. Right? Everybody should have the right to their own, opinion, and don't hurt anybody, and don't be racist, and don't be freaking evil, and whatever. But I have done those same sets in other spaces recently, and you can tell the moment that I let it be known who I was or what I stood for. It's like they crossed their arms figuratively, and some probably also literally, and they made up their mind. But what's interesting is because I would catch them laughing still throughout the set.
Yeah, right.
It's like they would laugh, and then it was like they were like, "Oh crap, that's right, I wasn't supposed to be laughing at that." So it's interesting is I say, even though I've had those uncomfortable sets, I was like, you almost made me feel uncomfortable on stage, but that's because you were uncomfortable with what I was saying.
Yeah.
And if I had the opportunity to have that quote unquote uncomfortable set again, I will do it all over again because that's just who I am, and that's the platform we're given, and that's what we're here to do.
Right, and we.
Yes,
not to
please.
Interrupt, but I think when people go to shows, whatever they are, whether they're comedy or dance or theater, not knowing what you're going into, not looking at who you're going to see performing, is on you, right? So, and you're expecting it to fit with whatever your politics or
You
your
should have
beliefs
saw
are.
them.
That's on you.
I was going to say that. I mean, a room that books you should have a base idea of what you do and if you work in their room.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that I guess not always the case, but they should have a good idea of what they're putting in front of their people if their people would like it.
Yeah, and Soli was in D.C. before we had the military occupation. So you have to play a little bit with that as well. And it's sort of dark, but it's necessary too to like that release valve too.
Yeah, and I did one show there, and I did do a joke basically saying, the whole reason why I was there was just to see what was coming for us in Chicago, and they did laugh at that because it was the truth. We were at that point it was happening, and I was like, well, I just came to check it out so I could go warn the others when I get back home. So I was the Paul Revere of comedy.
Puerto Rican Paul Revere.
The Paula Revere. The Paula Rivera. And instead of on a horse, I came on a standby flight. I was standby.
You were late.
At least you made it back. And that's the thing is that comedy has always been, comedians, jesters, all have always been the ones that speak truth to power. And people will text me whatever. It's like, no, this is using this format, as you said, the platform that we have. Tell folks a little bit about the venue and what to expect, because I love the Comedyplex. It's a really fantastic club.
We hold about 150 people in our main showroom. We also have a bar lounge, and we do shows there on Thursdays, and that seats maybe 25 people.
Nice.
But it's also our bar and service bar for the shows. And we have shows. Wednesdays we have open mic, and that's a free show. Thursdays we do Laugh Lounge, or we do one-night shows, and then Friday and Saturday are our headlining shows.
Excellent. You guys do a great job there. And Angie, let folks know again where they can learn more about the lineups and the show times and venues.
You can go to comedyplex.com. You could also go to fiffest.com.
Excellent. I will see you all on Saturday. I'm hoping to come on Friday as well. We'll see what happens.
Come to the party. Come party.
Kind of. We're going to the party.
Well, Friday I have two shows. I have one at the Fest, which is 7:00. Then I have another show somewhere else, and then I'm going to come back for the party.
What is
I'm gonna come back
She's
for the party.
also understudy for a play right now.
I'm going to be that already opened last week at the Looking Glass Theater for Hundreds and Hundreds of Stars is the play. Run until I like the you guys did that together. That's great. Yes, so and it's running through November 9th. I'm the understudy. I'm an understudy, so
so
Gwen
every night in case she's the one that's got
Gwen had offered to Nancy Kerrigan. And I said, you can't, the actress.
And I was like,
and so
really?
she was
Do
like,
I know her?
Yeah.
Look out. Hey, Nothing on the air. Gotta be,
Right? I was like, it's already out. Yeah.
Let's take a break here. Thank you again so much for joining us. It's the FIFfest.com.
Yep.
And ComedyPlex.com for both the festival and everything going on at the Comedyplex. But come out this weekend and see wonderful shows from Thursday through Sunday. We'd love to see you there. I'll be there on Saturday. Megan Gailey and a host of other comics. There's over 50 comedians and 4 days. More after this on WCPT 820, KKNW 1150, and KTNF AM 950.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
A tree can be a warrior, battling global challenges with greater courage. A tree can be a solution, cleaning our air, supporting our communities, and protecting our wildlife. A tree can be noble, growing hope in every corner of the world. That's why now is the time for trees. Millions of trees. Join our planting movement at arborday.org.
If you're caring for someone with COPD, you probably have a lot of questions. Caregivers juggle many roles. The right resources can help. The COPD Caregivers Toolkit is a free resource that provides information about COPD to help you prepare for doctor visits, support a healthy home, and take care of yourself. Visit nhlbi.nih.gov/COPD-caregivers.
This is WCPT 820, where facts matter.
Patti Vasquez is taking your calls now.
All right, let's hit it.
At 773-763-9278.
I got a lot to say.
He's driving it home with Patti Vasquez.
I do feel guilty because I mentioned that earlier. We played that same give us a call on the Credo mobile phone and text line 773-763-9278 is that's the number you can call. Credo Mobile, better for the planet and for people. Go to credomobile.com. We've left Jim from Chicago on hold for way too long. Jim, you've been so patient. Hey, Jim.
That's right. Good evening, ladies.
Good evening. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how are you? About 2 weeks ago, I was listening to the classical music station. They had a 14-year-old girl on, and she picked a piece that demonstrated an uncertain future. And she went on to explain that she felt very uneasy about her future. And I wonder what contributes to that. You think that I mean, I have no idea, but at 14, you guys were 14, I was 14, I was never that concerned.
No, I skipped it, oddly.
Yeah, but I mean, I wasn't like, having a nervous breakdown over my future. But this girl she played beautifully, but I just wondered, is it a mixture of what the political scene is? And I don't want to read too much into it, but how did you guys feel at 14? I felt pretty confident about the future. But
I guess it depends what it was that she's referring to with that concern. Is she talking about is she feeling the pressure from trying to make it in this hustle mentality kind of world that we live in, or is she feeling the pressure because of the political climate?
You're exactly right. I mean, I couldn't tell, but I hated to hear a 14-year-old girl. She played so marvelously to be that concerned about her future.
I feel like social media has also affected this young generation. So, and which was, I'm old enough to not have had to worry about social media when I was 14. So I think that that kind of compounds that for the youth that kind of have to deal with all that today. So they have more access. I feel like there's more access to a lot of this information, and it's on a round-the-clock basis. When I was 14, I think TV still shut off at midnight.
I didn't really even the Star Spangled Banner and then like the color bars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you'd shut off. You shut down for the night.
Yeah, you could shut down.
2 minutes to live by came on. Anyway, it stuck with me because I just felt like I hate to think the adolescents are, getting emotionally disturbed before their time. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Jim.
Take care.
Appreciate
Take
it.
care.
It is. Look, I'm 54, and it's very stressful times. It's. I also think it's strange. Like, I'm not great at looking into my phone and making videos all the time. Like, more so like a decade ago when I was at another station and there was a lot of pressure to like be out there and, and catalog everything and whatever. But like, I just, there's too many things going on to want to engage on social media as much, except for my show.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah, it's I was just going to say, it's extremely overwhelming, exhausting.
Yeah, this is too much.
Depressing.
We did have a text from a listener. So at the end of my show yesterday, we were talking about the King's Rally, and someone called and said, as a counter protester, as someone in MAGA called up and said that he and his daughter had gone and they were verbally assaulted, and then someone spit on him and his daughter. And I said, I'm sorry, very sorry that happened to you. I'm like, if that's what you believe happened, or that's what you want to say happened, I'm very sorry. I wonder if there was a police report filed. I do want that father to know that there is no time limit on when you can go and file that police report. Just want to let you know. That's because it sounded a little sus, is what folks are saying in the texts that I'm getting today. They were a little bit frustrated that perhaps because it
sounded made up, or
it just sounded like they said that people were spitting on them. And again, if someone there are cameras everywhere. I think my favorite part was that he said that if it wasn't for that a nun intervened.
A nun?
All right. Where was he, in the suburbs?
All right. You had me. I'm like, well, maybe there was an ignorant person that.
There was a nun.
And then a nun came out and karate chopped. You lost me at the nun. Sir.
It was the very last minute of the show. Paul was like, I don't even know why he took the call. And because if this guy, maybe, but I haven't heard any. The only other instance I've seen of MAGA protest. Because what are you going to protest? Well, your counter protest was, we don't want you to protest. Like what?
Also,
I don't want the First
we do
Amendment.
want a king.
Behavior.
Exactly.
He was out there.
What's that?
Yeah.
Was he spitting at people and then they spit back? We don't know what the basis of.
Right? The exchange was.
Well, was he throwing stuff at it? Was he being
Did you see
yelling things?
Yeah. Did you see the video of that older gentleman who was, and I'm calling him a gentleman. I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
He tripped over his own feet repeatedly.
Twice. Yeah, he tripped over his own feet the first, and then somebody I think tripped him the second time because he was just chasing everybody, and still someone held him, and they could have manhandled him and done whatever, and they were just trying to tell him to stop, and he was Mr. Adrenaline.
His ego,
amazing. Well, and they were like, look, we're trying to protect you now. Right. Just go.
Yeah.
By the way, we have a text for you, Giwa.
Oh, Jiwa.
See, I can't say anything right.
So is it
the funniest
Johnny?
female festival is not females funny, and also Jiwa. Please tell the Energy Bee smoothie story the right way. You butchered it the last time you were on. Giant smiley face.
That's my buddy Johnny, again, amazing musician, and he called one of the last times I was on the show, and I have a terrible memory, Johnny.
Now he's texting. I'm just saying. Yes.
All right, I got a terrible memory.
Yes.
So I mentioned Energy Bee smoothies that we used to get from Whole Foods during our lunch break, and then I talked to him, and I'm like, yeah, I mentioned it. What do you say? He's like, no. He's like, you didn't. I'm like, what about the energy thing? He's like, remember? Were you? And it's true. And I was like, oh, yeah, I totally forgot. The whole point of these supposed Energy Bee, and then we went the extra mile, and I'd be like, let me get the energy boost and all this other stuff for, for the boosts.
And the collagen.
And did not a damn thing because we would drink the whole smoothie and then we'd come back and go, try to go back to work, and we're like half unconscious. Like we were freaking it was terrible. I'm like, what's in this smoothie?
Sleepy.
Yeah, we were knocked out. I'm like, oh my God, this is the opposite energy.
Was blended in there, so you get the tryptophan.
Yeah, this is the non-energy B. Right, like what? So
I think that more businesses need to have a time schedule for employees to take a nap.
I think so too.
We would be, not that we want to be for them, but like, if they want to think of it from a greedy perspective, we would be more productive.
I'm just saying.
For you. Yeah. But you know what? You want to keep getting my...
I highly recommend it. Remember that episode of Seinfeld where George sleeps under his desk? He brings like a pillow. So I worked at an office I was an independent contractor in the 90s, and first I started on a cubicle, but then they made a mistake by giving me an office with a door.
Oh, I had one of those. I used to sleep in there.
Oh my God!
Shut that
pillow, blanket in my drawer.
I wasn't that good.
Under my desk. I just take a nap. Nice. It was amazing. Well, plus it was just task based basically. So as long as I get all the stuff done, I would just bill them. It was amazing. Yeah, I napped hard there.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
People knock on the door.
I just put my head down on the desk. I used to prop them up like I did at school.
You had a door and you just put your head on your desk?
Yes, because people would just walk in.
But then they're going to walk past and see you with your head on your desk.
I had walls. It was a room.
You said you had
an office.
But if you had your head on the desk, you may as well get under the desk, like take a nap.
I couldn't.
Because when they walk in on you with your head on your desk?
Yeah, and then I would have to look up and be like, "Oh yeah, I was
resting my head
close to my. I had my face real close to the.
Just do what people with no offices have, and go take a 30-minute bathroom break.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but listen,
I need that for resetting. Sometimes I'm just gonna be here for a minute.
Yeah. I'm not going to specify where I was working, but that was not possible where I was working.
The thing about the bathrooms now is that they have motion sensors. So if you're in there too long, the lights turn off.
This is why I'm not about anything AI. Okay, if I can't go to the bathroom,
now you can fall asleep at it.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Sit in the dark in the bathroom. I had to keep doing this and waving to I'm in here. I see me. All right, let's take a break here. When we come back, I've already told Dr. Caitlyn McHugh-Glab that we are going to ask her questions about our eyesight.
Yes, I'm going blind in one.
Yes, and we're going to talk about. She's an expert in myopia management or nearsightedness, which is a common vision problem where distant objects appear blurry. I am that.
We're distant objects.
Yes.
Man, I think I'm all near, far, sideways.
I'm just saying we are.
My left eye is all janky.
Janky. Thank you for saying that. My husband says it's not a word anymore.
I hate that word.
Janky.
I can't stand
janky attitude. Let's take a break here. We'll come back and continue our conversation. Gwen, LaRoka, and Soli Santos join me in studio. We'll talk more when we come back on WCPT 820, KKNW 1150, and KTNF AM 950.
You're listening to WCPT 820. Here's the latest Chicago weather update.
I'm meteorologist Ray Miller from the Weatherology Weather Center. Scattered showers continue tonight with a low temperature of 42 degrees and winds out of the west gusting up to 40 miles an hour at times. On Wednesday, we'll see cloudy skies with a high temperature of 52 degrees and those northwest winds continuing to gust up to 35 miles an hour. Thursday, sunny, high of 54. Friday, sunshine and a high of 55. Showers possible Saturday and Sunday with highs in the upper 50s. That's the latest Chicago weather update. Right now, it's 48.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
When I first had my baby, I'd get comments all the time about how happy I must be. I remember thinking, I want to be happy. Why don't I feel that way? It was hard to admit that, even to my doctor, but I'm glad I did. She told me it was postpartum depression, and that is very treatable. These days, things are feeling good, and we're both happier about that. Right, little man? I'll take that as a yes.
Mental health care is working for Simone. See what it can do for you at mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Today, 1 in 5 working-age Americans has a mental health condition.
People in all types of jobs and at all levels.
And the key to helping us succeed is a supportive and inclusive workplace.
All of us have a role to play in making that happen.
So what can I do to help?
As a CEO, I can set the tone for supportive culture.
As a manager, I can offer assistance and accommodations.
As a coworker, I can listen and be a source of support to my colleagues.
As someone with a mental health condition, I can ask for what I need to perform my best.
I can offer all employees the supports they need to deliver on the job. For the team
And for the business.
What can I do?
What can I do?
What can I do?
I can remind others
That we all benefit from workplaces that promote good mental health.
mental health-friendly workplaces are more important than ever.
And all of us have a role to play in promoting them.
Learn more at whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
You're listening to WCPT 820 because facts matter.
If you're listening to this station right now, you've definitely heard my voice before. Hi, I'm Hawk.
And I'm Pete. And we're with Source Solar, your local source for solar. Source Solar is Chicagoland's premier solar installer, providing solutions for over 1,000 homeowners and business owners across Illinois and Iowa.
With over a decade of industry experience and deep roots here in Chicago, we have the expertise to help your transition to clean, renewable, resilient energy.
We can guarantee that we save you money day one without any out-of-pocket cost to you. This means you have an instant ROI, instant payback, and can save money to add to your bottom line day one.
At Source Solar, we source everything as local as possible, meaning we always carry the Made in USA sticker.
Find us online at www.source.solar. Stop in our office at 5710 North Northwest Highway or give us a call at 773-985-3992.
And don't forget to ask for Hawk
or Pete.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our conversation. We're driving it home with Soli, Santos, and Gwen LaRoka. Gwen, do you have any shows coming up soon that you want to let people know about in the area?
I think I do. It will be.
We are the best at promote.
I know you like that.
For her shows, I could just remind everybody I will be at the Funniest Female Fest at the Comedyplex at 7 o'clock, the 7 p.m. show on Thursday. And then on Saturday, I will be at the 9 p.m. show at the Dragon Lounge.
And I will see you there because I'll have just wrapped up my show, which is at 7 o'clock at the Dragon Lounge. Ooh. And the best way to see us is by wearing whatever I wear you need to. I don't see how I do segues? Segues, it's smooth. It's the smoothest thing I've ever done. Joining us is Dr. Caitlyn McHugh-Glab, optometrist with a Focus Eye Care, and an expert in myopia management. Hi, Doc. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm hold on a second. I'm hydrating.
That was very honest of you.
I'm okay. I actually have an interesting, odd question. My son ordered contacts when we had his prescriptions done, and then he didn't use them all.
Okay.
Is there a place to donate these, like unused disposable contacts?
That's a good question. So I can recycle like the packs and the contact lenses, but if the boxes are opened, it's not usually something we can give back because we're not sure if it's, they can't guarantee.
Like the individual, but the packets and all that stuff.
That's a good question. I don't think so, but I can look into that for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
never thought about that.
Now, talk to us about contacts because a lot of folks, because of our own vanity or wear glasses, I can't touch my eyeball. That's
That's it's something that I can sometimes tell when I have a patient coming in. I'm like, oh, this isn't going to happen. We always try with the contact lenses. I mean, it's a way that you can freedom from glasses, and there's obviously good, many different reasons why someone want to wear contacts, but we'll work with anybody. Sure. I mean, and we usually limit you to about like an hour for like the first training, but we'll keep going. If you're motivated, we're motivated. We'll help you.
So I'm not alone in this phobia. Do you wear glasses at all, Gwen?
I should be, but I don't. I don't think I need them at all, Patty. I'm looking at the wall. No, but
you've never worn glasses.
I have them at home, but as I'm saying, I have them. I should wear. I feel like, and see, I told you I was going to have questions for you, but I don't know if this is like way bigger, issues. My dad had, I think it's called cornea dystrophy.
Okay.
Or something like that. So he used to have to get transplants of the cornea. I used to see the stitches in his eye, and he used to describe little floaters all the time. And then when I was about 8 or 9, I started to see what I described as a kid was like, when I look in the sky, I see dots, but when I move my eye, it moves with the eye, so I can't like look at it. Yeah, so now I'm getting more. So sometimes I'm at home and you'll see me like swat. I'm like stupid fruit flies, and I'm like, that's my eye. So I know there's no real like cure for that, but I just feel like glasses aren't really what's making it hard for me to see. These floaters?
Yeah. So floaters. So you had this thing in your eye called your vitreous, and it's the jelly part of your eye, and that's what kind of gives your eye its shape, among other things. But floaters are basically like debris or pigment in there, and it's casting shadows, and that's what you're seeing. So it's like as your eyes move around, I have tons of floaters. When they move around, I see them. I always tell patients, like, any new floaters or something we should definitely address, because that could be a sign that something's going on in the health inside the eye. So it's good to get it looked at. But if you like, I've had floaters, like same thing. Like I've had floaters since I was a kid. I have like specific ones. I know where they are.
Did you name them?
Right? Yeah. There's like a squiggly, circle.
The squiggle ones are the scariest.
Exactly.
You're so right. That's how I noticed the new one. All right.
Yeah. So I would say, if, it's not. Most of the time, it's usually something that's fine, but we do want to make sure that it's nothing that's going on in the health of the inside of the eye.
Your eye
so are you available tomorrow? I am. The doc did say, I think it was my left one. I mean, I can see you just fine, unfortunately, Soli. But she did say, I think, that I'm legally or like blind in my left eye. And I'm like, well, how bad is that? Because I feel like I can see everything just, it's not like I can't see, so I don't know what constitutes legally blind.
Yeah, I'm sorry. They said you were legally blind,
and that I'm almost pretty much legally blind in my left eye. But I'm like, but I see normal, so I don't know if was she scaring me?
To rob you from.
What was that?
So legally blind there's a common misconception with that. So if you can put glasses on and see better than 2200, which is a pretty large letter on the screen, then that's not considered legally blind. So legally blind is when you are best corrected and you can't see the 2200 letter, or you have a certain amount of visual field that's constricted. So I have patients who come in and say, like, they have a high prescription. They're like, oh, I'm legally blind. But when they wear glasses, they can see 20/20. That's not true.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's a little misconception around that.
Interesting.
I don't know. Now I feel like I'm switching docs as well. Where's your office?
Yeah, where is your office?
I'm in Buffalo Grove.
And you... both pediatric and adults?
Yes, I see everybody.
Yeah. Oh, excellent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not calling us geriatric. I'm heading there.
Right,
faster
that's
than
fine.
both of you, just so you know. and how often, because sometimes it feels like, well, do I really need to go to the eye doctor every year, right? I mean, it's recommended.
It is recommended, yeah. I would say yearly exams. Things can happen year to year, not even just prescription, but eye health. So if you get into the habit of going yearly, that is definitely what I recommend. Yeah,
I need to be going. I feel like, speaking of disintegrating eyes, I feel like
why you gotta look at me? Why are you looking
at me? Because you're emaciated already. So there's not much left of you already, Gwen. So
I've got one eyeball left. I'm down to one eye.
Stick with clothes on.
She's
and
like
one eye.
Marty McFly in Back to the Future.
Basically, she looks like a 1920s little boy trying to sell newspapers.
That's what my ass.
Extra.
That's my own joke. You can't use my own joke on me.
Listen, I feel like it's just reality of the situation. We are sidetrapping.
Yes.
Listen,
her dad's
I need
a comic.
to get
She's
back
used
about
to it.
Oh yeah,
Doctor, yeah.
We gotta hear about that.
My left eyeball is going blind.
What's going on?
I mean, literally, like, I feel like my vision is actually going on my left eye. Like, I have prescription. I have reading glasses. I have prescription, and my left eye is stronger. The prescription is stronger. But like now, I think it's getting worse. Where like I can almost see like cloudiness. Does that make sense? Oh my God! Do I have a cataract in my left eye? Did I just diagnose myself? What is happening?
That's a good question. I mean, I always recommend, if you're noticing differences that are new, I definitely recommend getting looked at just to make sure everything looks good. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It'll be okay.
So I kind of started wearing glasses because other kids in my class were wearing glasses. Yeah. So
you thought you were trying to be cool?
I like the way they look. And I like them now because I don't want to wear eye makeup. I put my glasses on. But
is that works?
Have you ever seen me with the big glasses on? It's because I don't want to do any makeup.
What? That's genius.
But for folks who are who wonder about being nearsighted. I'm nearsighted.
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us a bit about being about myopia and nearsightedness.
Yeah. So myopia is when you have trouble seeing far away. So this is typically something that develops when you're young. Usually children, we tend to see the biggest increase usually around ages like 8 to 12, but I am seeing it sooner. And so myopia, while most people know it, or nearsightedness, as something that it just makes it hard for you to see, it also actually impacts the health of the eye. So the more nearsighted you are, the higher risk you are for having certain conditions like retinal detachments, something called myopic maculopathy, which is where it can have vision changes to the central part of your vision. And so the higher the prescription, the higher the risk these things are of occurring. So we, as optometrists, are able to actually help to slow this prescription down in children. So we have different ways. We have contacts. We actually just recently, there's a new product that's available in the U.S. We have glasses options now. This is as of like the end of September. So there's a new lens option that we can put children in glasses that actually slows the prescription down.
What?
That's interesting because you hear all which is interesting. I'll take the opportunity to ask now too. That's interesting because there's a lot of debate on some people saying wearing glasses exacerbates the situation, right? But some people are like, no, obviously you need that. Yeah. So what is your stance?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Glasses just help you to see better. They won't make your vision worse. It just helps your eyes to see more clearly. Sometimes I would kind of describe it to some patients like if you wear your glasses, you see things clearly, and then when you take them off, you see how things look without them. So you're like, oh, it looks worse, but it doesn't. And I'm like, oh, well, I see like my glasses see better now. I feel like I see worse. Nothing. It didn't get worse. It just your glasses help you see how you could see it clearly. Right. So but so no, wearing glasses just helps you to see.
It doesn't weaken it or make your eye like the pendant on the lens, right?
No,
okay.
Yeah.
And there's now people are on social media. Well, let me take a break here and put a pin in that and come back and talk about all the stuff that like you can take something from social media but then also talk to somebody who knows better, like Dr. Caitlyn McHugh-Glab. Am I saying your last name correctly?
Yeah, thank you.
And you can go to focuseyecarebg.com to find out more about her and the practice and maybe make an appointment for you, for someone in your family. More after this on WCPT 820 Heartland Signal, KKNW 1150 in Seattle, KTNF AM 950 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Joining me in studio, our guest co-hosts Gwen, LaRoka, and Soli Santos. We'll find out more about their shows coming up in a moment.
Mind Over Matters.
Dr. Amy Harris-Nuon, as you know, this show is about challenging you to think differently, to make different choices in your life, to take action, to create positive outcomes in your life. So I want to challenge you to look at your life holistically. Where am I satisfied? What areas need attention? And then go to work, take in action what you need to do.
Mind Over Matters with Dr. Amy Harris-Nuon. Sundays at 10 a.m. on WCPT 820.
This is a WCPT 820 Heartland Signal News Minute.
It's becoming increasingly more dangerous because there are trained former service members that can be traumatized seeing this level of militarization.
That's Illinois Congressman Jonathan Jackson speaking to WCPT's Edwin Eisendrath about the September 30th immigration raid that federal agents conducted in the 5-story apartment building at 7500 South Shore Drive in Chicago. Agents handcuffed residents with zip ties and led them into unmarked vans as a Black Hawk helicopter flew overhead.
Fear is setting in. And one gentleman came up to me. He said, Congressman, I couldn't talk the other day. My PTSD was triggered. He said, this was Desert Storm to me all over again. The boom, bomb, grenade bombs, tear gas, and the helicopters. And my heart went out for that soldier.
For WCPT 820 and Heartland Signal, I'm Andy Miles.
After serving in the military, life can seem like an endless loop. But the cycle can be broken. You're not alone. Visit maketheconnection.net to learn more.
You're listening to WCPT 820 because facts matter.
You're listening to Driving It Home with Patti Vasquez.
Thank you so much for joining us as we continue our conversation with Dr. Caitlyn McHugh-Glab. She's an optometrist with Focus Eye Care, is an expert on myopia management, and she is accustomed to the frenetic energy of comedians such as Gwen, LaRoka, and Soli Santos. Her dad's a stand-up comic that I've known for 31 years. Jimmy McHugh, I've known him since I first started, has always been one of the kindest, and when Declan was born, so my son was born medically fragile, and he called, he's like, tell me what we can do. Like, he was one of the few people who called me, and because everyone was kind of like waiting to see what was going to happen because Declan was on life support. And Jimmy was like, where do we go? What do we got to do to help? And he's done that for a lot of people that I know. So that's just an example of who her dad is. And when did you know that you wanted to be a doctor, and what led you to optometry in general?
Yeah, I knew I wanted to do something in the medical field probably before I was going into college. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But so during college, I just kind of looked around and shadowed. And actually, a friend of mine, my friend Eric, was like, you should really look into optometry. And I said, okay. So I ended up getting a shadowing opportunity at Illinois Wesleyan with a doctor who was right down the street. And he took me in, Dr. Tallis, and I worked with him just shadowed him for about a month, and I just loved it. So
there you go.
Yeah, it was great.
Where's Illinois Wesleyan?
Bloomington Normal.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah,
not too far away.
No,
just not to come home on weekends.
Exactly.
I hear you. Do you find yourself? This is true for a lot of people who have specialties. Do you see yourself looking at people's eyes, going, "They should have that checked out"?
All the time. I have a very hard time watching TV shows, looking at people's glasses. Yep. Then I'm, all the time.
Like, can you tell that someone's wearing like something that's not right for, like, where it's?
There's certain, especially now with, like, which is fine. I think you can get wherever you like, whatever makes you happy with your prescription. But sometimes there's some that just like don't fit people's faces, or just the prescription, like. If you're doing something in front of TV or film, like anti-reflective coatings, we got to have it. Yeah, like there's certain things on glasses. But yeah, every once in a while I'll see like someone out and I'm like, ooh. Maybe I should have some of my card or something. You
should.
I'm not making it. I'm not for nothing. I just need you to have this card.
I just want you to know,
just in case
those
you
are
have
the wrong
any
lenses for this occasion.
Yeah. Yeah, so that does happen.
Amazing. For folks, I think I got my boys' eyes checked probably about the right time. So Griffin, I should not share details of their medical history. I take that back. But it was interesting to me, like, when should you take your child for their first eye exam?
It's earlier than most people probably think. So usually I recommend first exam between 6 months to 12 months. Mm-hmm. And
everybody I know who has kids are late.
Right, I know. And I always tell parents, I'm like, don't.
My brother, see if my niece has already had. She's 3.
Yeah. So we recommend that, and I always tell parents, like, don't feel bad. This is not. Most people don't know this, but there are providers. So like I'm an infancy provider. So there's providers, there are optometrists that do infancy exams. So we do free eye exams for kids 6 to 12 months old. So it's just an easy way to get you in and just make sure everything looks good.
So you put a baby, you prop them up in front of those little vision things and make them
much better one or two
direction that the letter E is pointing. Is that what those kids are doing?
That's exactly what we're doing.
They're genius babies.
One side, one way for left if it's pointing left. 1, 2 ways if it's going right. Tell us so we know which eye.
Exactly.
Because I have seen that, like some children, like infants, are fitted with glasses, and I've actually wondered how do you test the baby that can't verbally tell you what they can see and what they can't see?
Totally. So we can do the whole exam without any feedback. So there's lots of different techniques. One of them is called retinoscopy, where we basically measure the prescription using lenses and a light to help get what the prescription is, and it's very accurate. I do that on a lot of adult patients. It just takes more time. It's easier for me to ask you which is better, 1 or 2, or kind of go off of your prescription sometimes. But I can't do that for babies.
Could we would we have the option? Because I feel like when I have gone to the eye doctor, the few times in my life I've gone, I find I'm an overthinker. I guess it's my neurospiciness, but when they're telling me which one's better, left, right, how about now? It's so fast that I'm like, I think that's better. Put it back. I don't know if I can tell the difference. Like, sometimes I feel like I can't tell the difference, but you need an answer. So I'm like, sure. And then I go home with glasses and I'm like, are these even right for my eyeballs?
Yeah. I mean,
can I ask for that where your machine tells me what my...
A lot of times we do that. So we usually have something that we're going off of and we just need you to, like, make sure it's right, or make slight adjustments.
That's when they do what's better, 1 or 2, right?
Mhm.
Once that's what the adjustment is like what you can see more clearly with those 2 options, and then they'll do another round of it. Oh God! Right. So
and I have an idea of what what it should be. So if you're taking me somewhere else, we got to figure out what's going on. Like there's
You're like, something else is wrong
yeah,
with
I'm like,
you.
are you sure? Are you sure it's 2?
You came in drunk.
I could just picture.
Oh, okay.
I could just picture Gwen in the waiting room, and it's like a bunch of moms with like infants, and she's just
And me,
yeah,
with
she's-
my
the only
peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, waiting to do the exact same eye exam as all the 6-month-olds in the waiting room.
You should ask for a silent exam. I could do that.
That'd be great.
I don't want to participate in this until we're down to locking in the exact prescription.
I mean, we prefer your feedback because that makes it more precise.
Well, I'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
What test should we be getting? Like the poof and the air blast in your eyeball, and like the drops in the
dilation.
Yeah. So
dilation.
the air puff. There's different ways to do that now. We don't do the air puff at our office, so it's a little machine. It comes close to your eyes. But yeah, that's called optometry. So it's checking for glaucoma. So that's important because that's not something that you would necessarily have symptoms of. So that's very important to get checked yearly. And then the dilation. So that allows us to get a look inside of the retina. So many things. Our retina tells us so much. Our retina is the only place in our body we can see blood vessels and what's going on in our body without cutting it open. So we can look in our retina. We can see signs of diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol. There's signs of so many things you can see in the eye.
You love doing this, don't you?
I do.
That's awesome.
I do.
She's very passionate about it.
Thank you.
And this, and we can do this. I'm like, you're excited about it.
I miss that in the medical field. Like, I feel like, when it's hard to find a doctor, whether it's an eye doctor or your own, your family practitioner.
Dead inside when they talk.
Yes, exactly.
He's like, how may I help you? Why are you here today? What hurts?
Okay, you need to meet my friend Dr. Kathy Tynas. I feel like I should have you and Dr. McHugh-Glab. What was that?
No, I was going to say, I'm like, well, if my doctor's listening, I wasn't talking about you now, doc. All right. You're good now. I found you. I'm sticking with you. But now I think I have an eye doc. I'm sorry in advance because I'm going to your office.
And to that, I think that we don't take our eye health seriously enough.
No.
Yes, I feel like that happens when someone does have something wrong when they come into my office. I mean, no one wants that. I don't want those exams. I don't want to have to tell somebody that something is wrong with their eye, right? But you can tell the concern those patients have, when someone comes in kind of just for their annual and it's okay, here it is, and everything's fine. That's great, but you don't realize how precious your vision, and you have two eyes, so you only get 2. So
so
take care of them.
And what do you? I mean, I was just cleaning all of my makeup brushes today, but right. But I mean, we've talked a lot. Like growing up, we were always told not to share like eyeliners and things like that. Are people getting better about being aware of how to handle their eyes with makeup and things?
I do think so. Yeah. I feel like people have more questions and are just overall wanting to be more knowledgeable. And I definitely would say so.
What I say earlier about social media is they have you seen these ones where they say you can make your eye stronger with these exercises? Like you put your finger here, look at it close, look far away, and I'm just sitting there like a dork.
Do those I feel like they might.
So it depends on, so there is something called vision therapy, and vision therapy is used for children or adults who have eye conditions that maybe they have an eye turn or they have trouble focusing when they're reading. And that is
like eye turn.
I'm like, what's an eye turn?
Like a lazy eye. And vision therapy works very well for that. But like eye exercises to help you to see better, not really.
So it's more about the muscle.
Yeah. So eye muscle brain connection, things like that. And so I used to do a lot of that. I don't do it so much as my practice anymore, but like working with patients who've had traumatic brain injuries or patients who, like I said, have like a lazy eye and things like that. It can be really life-changing for those patients. So yes, there is some truth to that, but it depends on what it's for. But if it's for like, I can do these exercises, they won't have to wear glasses, maybe not.
What about, because my mom's not going to let me survive the evening if she finds out that you were here and I didn't ask you about jugo de zanahoria, carrot juice.
Yeah. Oh,
carrots. A lot of people say carrots good for
eyesight.
Well, try it. I don't know. Does it actually?
So vitamin A is needed for your eyes. So it's definitely helps you. It's like if you had no vitamin A in your eyes, that would not be a good thing. Sure. So it's not going to help you see better necessarily, but it will. It's nutrients that are needed for your eye. So
there you go.
It's good.
Yeah, your mom
Go
was
home
right.
and rub my eyeballs with some carrot sticks.
Dr. Caitlyn McHugh.
I don't want coordinate.
I do not condone that.
It's been a pleasure having you in
Thank you
studio.
so
I
much.
look forward to having you back
Yes,
anytime.
thank you.
Go to focuseyecarebg.com to learn more about the work that she and her practice, everyone in practice does. That's focuseyecarebg.com. Soli will be at the Funniest Female Fest this weekend.
Yes.
And Gwen, did you find out where you're going to be?
I did. November 6th, I will be at the House of Blues at the Foundation Room.
What?
And then
I love that.
November 8th, I will be part of the Zanies 312 Comedy Fest. They have a night there at Zanies, I think,
Excellent.
9 o'clock.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Love you, Lady B. Bye, everyone.
Bye, all.
Good night.
If you want thick, healthy, and gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where